Hi everyone, it's Leilani. Welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be working on another Project Life spread for week 24 of 2024. So this week we're actually going to be doing a double page spread because we had a big week going on a quick little weekend trip, but I did have a lot of photos. So all I've done so far is printed off all my pictures, figured out where I wanted to place them, and then also just looked through my stash of cards, chose a lot of cards. Some of them are from the newer LA Studio kit from June, and then there's a lot just from my stash from random places, although I do think that the majority of these cards are from LA Studio. I also grabbed out some random alphas just from my stash. I do have some chipboard phrases from LA Studio, the newer collection. And I do have a few little LA Studio die cuts as well. So I'm just kind of mixing and matching, but the majority is LA Studio. So as you can see this week, I have a lot of blues, a lot of greens, a lot of nature type pictures. So that's why I went with a lot of these LA Studio products, because for June, the kit, there was a lot of greens and blues, dark blues, things like that. Colors that might not necessarily be my go-tos, but I do love having these types of cards in my stash for these random weeks where me and Will might go on some sort of trip. It's especially in the summer, that sort of thing. I felt like a lot of these just really work so nicely with my photos. So especially that card at the very bottom, the green one, the really green one that I probably would shy away from normally. It says over the river and through the woods, which was so perfect because we saw a river, we saw woods, and the rest of that little nursery rhyme or whatever is to grandmother's house we go. And that's exactly where we went. So this weekend, me and Will went on a little road trip about 6 hours or so away to Georgia. So it was around Dalton, Georgia, where we went to visit some of his family. And then we also went to Chattanooga. So that was really fun. We did all kinds of fun things and had a great time. So I tried to put as many photos as I could on here, with also trying to let the spread kind of flow with journaling cards and just filler cards. So I always try to have a nice balance. It took me a little bit to kind of figure out what cards I was going to use to totally make it all work, but I think it did end up working in the end. And even though I'm doing a 2-page spread, it does come together very quickly because the majority of it is photos. So before we're done completely with this side, you can see that I did my title card there with the week 24. Then I have a playlist card, which I really wanted to find some sort of card that was about music out of my stash. So it says currently on the playlist. I used some smaller alphas that I think were from Pink Fresh that I had not used before, those green ones. And I spelt out New Wave, and then I added our New Wave playlist. So on the way there, we were listening to all of these really fun 80s songs and had so much fun doing that, and we're finding new bands, old bands that we liked, all that kind of stuff. So that was just a good time. So I wanted to make sure to document that. Then you'll see the photos. I have a couple pictures there from Lookout Mountain, which we rode the incline railway up there, which I'll talk a little bit more as we get into the second spread. But I have a nice picture there of Chattanooga at the top that I'm stapling on this little die cut to. I have a picture of us at the bottom that a friendly stranger took of us. Then I also have a picture of the incline railway there in the middle, one of the 3x4s, along with the picture of some coffee that Will drank, and I just liked that photo. Then I did pick up a couple stickers in the gift shop of the incline railway, which is one of my favorite things to do. I love to add in the real life ephemera. So I popped one of the Chattanooga stickers there onto just kind of a more plain LA Studio card. So then I could create my own filler card. So I love that. At the bottom also, as I'm showing you these up close little video here, you're going to see that I did a flip up here with some pictures of Will's family that we took. So I just kind of hid some of those behind there so they could all go together. And I love those flip up. So those really, really help. I just get them on Amazon, and I know Simple Stories has some. Those might be a different brand, but in general, the little flips, the photo flips, they really come in handy if you have a lot of pictures. So now we're moving on to the second spread, and it's more of the same. I got another fun sticker in the gift shop that says Lookout Mountain, Tennessee. So I knew I had to pop that on. We also got some cupcakes at this vegan restaurant that we ate in Chattanooga called Cashew. So that was really great. Also, I love any kind of like souvenirs. So the Incline Railway had pictures that they would take of you, and then you could get them digitally or printed. So I opted for the digital so I can print them as many times as I want, and that's what that picture is at the top. Also, Will's aunt had one of the cutest dogs I've ever seen. Don't tell Penny. So adorable. His name was Jake, and I think he was like a Pomeranian or something, but he was so freaking cute. So I have a picture of him there. Another selfie of me and Will at the bottom. And of course, I had to keep the tickets that we had from our adventure. So definitely let me know below if you've ever been on the Incline Railway in Chattanooga. It was quite an experience. It says it's the steepest rail line in America, and it goes straight up a mountain. It was really interesting, and it was extremely hot, and it was really hot on that train, but the ride is not very long, but we rode it up. Then we did a few things, checked out the views, and went into the town a little bit, a couple little areas, got like some Gatorades and kind of chilled for a little bit, and then rode back down before we went to get our dinner. And then also before we went on the incline, we went thrifting. So a lot of this trip was all about thrifting, going to antique stores. We found so much good stuff. So I do have one picture there by that June calendar card of one of the really fun thrift stores that we went to. So I think we went to a total of 4. We had so much fun. Will's been really getting into thrifting with me, and that has been like such a joy because it's one of my all-time favorite things to do. So we found so many treasures. We loaded up, and it was a great, great time. So you'll see here that I'm just adding just a small amount of journaling onto the bottom of that Incline Railway card. I also added OMG with those same Pink Fresh alphas, simply just so that I could incorporate them on this side of the spread as well. And then I have this weekend fun card from Ellie Studio. So this is where I'm doing the bulk of my journaling and really talking about the trip and all the different things that we did and trying to get all of those details in. So I'm going to add that. And then that is going to be it. So I had a lot of fun documenting this trip and getting to use those colors that I don't normally use, those cards that maybe would have been forgotten in my stash. I was happy that I was able to use them. And once again, it just feels so good to have another week documented in Project Life. I always love it whenever I can finish up a week and have a little me time, sit down and document all of my favorite memories. So I'm going to give you an up close little peek at these pages, and that's going to be it. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a like, and please also consider subscribing. And of course, I'll be back to chat later. Bye, y'all.